We went into this gas chamber straight after lunch and they locked the door and basically what they do is they break open this canister and then this noxious CS gas rises up and you can sort of see it rising up and it got to about waist deep. I suddenly heard the worst noise you've ever heard. It was like it's my own phone and it's in my pocket, but it's like in my flying suit which is under my NBC kit. I couldn't get to it. But also it was the days before touch screens, so it wasn't like the Apple. It was ones with buttons and I thought, okay, if I press that button it will stop the ringing, because it was ringing and everyone was like looking around going, who is it? And finally it was the sergeant who went, whoever's phone that is, ma'am, can you just turn it off? I was like, I'm so sorry. And I pressed the button and I hit loudspeaker. I must have answered it. It was a voicemail message and it was my husband. And this noise came out and he went, where's my sexy woman? And basically this awful message, which, I mean, he won't mind me saying it, but he'd had 4 children by then. He didn't want to populate the world any further. And so it'd been for a small operation that men have at that stage of life. And if you can imagine what the follow-up operation involved, or the follow-up appointment involved, it's performing a certain act of which you have to collect a sample. And he was telling us all about it in this voicemail message, basically about his performance in a hospital toilet with some certain magazines, of which everyone was erupting with laughter. I'm hitting my chest just trying to stop it. In the end, they just had to say abandon the whole thing. Everyone had to run out and we're all like spluttering and laughing. And I've learned that never to have a mobile phone on in public, but also that when you're really embarrassed and your pores open, you're so hot, it absorbs the CS gas. And for days afterwards, every time I thought back to it, I got this hot flush and then my whole skin would start stinging. My humiliation. But my God, it was so funny.